The next event that we're going to be talking about, obviously, is
UFC 165.
George, can you tell the people a little bit about this UFC?
It's in Canada, and on paper, this thing blows goats. I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm seriously. On name power alone, not strong.
No.
I think the only other fight that I personally am looking forward to is the beef at heavyweight between Brendan Schaub and Matt Mitrione that got sparked off on Twitter. That's absolutely hilarious to read.
It is.
But to be honest, that's about it.
Right.
I understand Renan Barão is fighting Eddie Wineland for the interim bantamweight title. And Barão's
Wineland or Winland?
Whatever. Wineland. Those two, they're going to fight for an interim belt.
Right.
Barão's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're all tuning in to watch Jon Jones.
We really are tuning in to watch Jon Jones. I mean, we'll start out. We're going to go through the fights quickly, guys. There's a lightweight bout between Pat Healy and Khabib.
I'm pretty sure it's Khabib. I think the case.
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah. He's undefeated. I think Pat Healy is going to have his fucking hands full. Now, don't get me wrong. Pat Healy is definitely, as Kevin would say, a formidable opponent.
A formidable opponent. He's really good. But you know, this guy has, not Healy, but his opponent has been on a roll, man. His last fight, he looked very impressive. And I mean,
I think the biggest issue right now with Khabib is going to be the scale. Because his last fight had to be catchweight.
It's like a catchweight because he couldn't make the weight.
He missed weight by half a pound, dude. That's considerably off, considered that I think they give you 1 to 2 in non-title fights.
Yeah, and he's got to be down to 54. So,
but Pat Healy's 6-0-1 in his last 7 fights. He had a no contest against Jim Miller. He tested positive for marijuana.
Pat Healy?
Yeah. Now here's an interesting question. Since this fight's in Toronto, and Canada has different...
Make a joke. Oh, sorry.
And Toronto has different laws on marijuana than the United States. I wonder how the Athletic Commission handles that. Does the Canadian Athletic Commission look at weed different than the American Athletic Commission?
I'm not sure.
I mean, that's a legitimate question.
That is a legitimate question. Maybe one of you guys could do it. Maybe one of you guys could do a real funny video response, and you could win the Ruckus XL. Huh?
What's that?
Oh, really quickly before we move on the fight. This is the Eton Corporation's Ruckus XL. Real quickly, guys.
2 ways to win it. For tailgating.
Solar powered, Bluetooth enabled, 8-speaker boombox. It is great. Use it with your iPhone, your iPad. Play your music right on it when you walk into the room. We're giving away one free $200.
Create a 15-second or less video response. Post it on any of our videos. Kevin and I will be the judge of that. About what you would do with your Eton, E-T-O-N, Ruckus XL.
Yep.
And then we, at the end of the month, will decide which one of you monkeys wins it.
And we will ship you one. So a $200 value. Now,
if you're Twitter, or if you have a Twitter handle, or if you don't have a Twitter handle, make one up. Why?
Why? Because the Eton Corporation has been cool enough to say, not only are George and Kevin giving one away, but we're going to do a contest where if you tweet us at Eton Corporation, that's the Twitter handle.
So you tweet them, not us. You tweet at Eton Corp.
And you tweet them a picture of your best tailgating photo, and you put the hashtag Eton Tailgates. They're going to determine who has the best tailgating photo, and they're going to send you one as well.
And that enters you into their drawing. So technically, you got more than... you got a fair amount of chances to win one.
So get on it, people. Now, back to the fights.
Now, next fight. And fight number 1, if Pat Healy can stay off the pot, I'm picking Pat Healy for the win. I understand Khabib hasn't lost. He's undefeated. He's 20-0. I understand he's Russian and he's nasty. I'm just going to go with Pat Healy.
Yeah. I'm going to go with...
Pick Khabib. You have to. We can't pick the... What, you know what?
I wanted to go with Pat Healy with Bubba Kush choke, man.
You pick, and then I'm gonna dick ride you.
What for?
Dick ride his pick. I just want to see how many of you will come up with that. Anyway,
okay.
For people who don't know, this guy, he hasn't missed a fight in 2 events.
I know.
It makes him 11-0. So who are you taking in the lightweight between Pat Healy and Khabib?
I'm gonna take Khabib.
I'm gonna take Pat Healy.
Yeah.
Now on to Costa Philippou versus Francis Carmont.
He is fighting Francis Carmont. I'm going right away. I'm going to go with Costa Philippou.
Really?
In the middleweight bout.
Just right off the no.
I'm not going to even go. I just think I mean, you can go check his record, but I just think he's been impressive lately. He had a little couple bumps in the roads, but I just think he's going to hit this fight. I don't know. I can't give anybody a crazy explanation why.
5-0 in his last fight.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been very consistent. He's been getting the job done. He's not been anything that's been
7-1 in his last 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, what about Francis Carmont? Francis Carmont. Is that French?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's on a roll too, right?
6, 10.
10. Now, but tell me, do you know any of the people he's beat?
Tom Lawlor.
Yeah, he's pretty
Chris
decent.
Chris Camozzi.
Camozzi's good too. Chris Camozzi's good. And who? That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Costa Philippou.
He beat Lorenz and Larkin. And Tom Lawlor. He's the decision master. I don't know. Yeah. There's some submissions. Yeah. You know what? Just to be different, I'm going with Mr. Carmont.
Okay. Now, this is the fight that if there's a second fight that we're really Twitter beef like crazy, man. See, they need to start beefing with each other and need to send something to the Eton Corporation. If I can stop getting these marbles out of them. Oh my God, am I turning off my mic? Hello. Okay. Yeah. George and I are excited about this fight because these two have been on a fucking roll with each other, man. They just back and forth, mad shit talking, whatever. And one of them's going to lose and one of them's going to look like a fucking complete fucking idiot. Yeah. And they didn't back up their shit talking that they did on Twitter. We're talking Brendan Schaub and Matt Mitrione.
Yeah, and I think Brendan Schaub has a lot to prove. I mean, this could be he doesn't have a lot of losses in the UFC. I mean, he is 9-3 with
his last 5 fights, he's what, 2-3 though?
Yeah, he's not super strong. Yeah. He's got 2, he had back-to-back L's, but they were versus Rothwell and Rodrigo, Big Nog.
Yeah.
So,
he is 1-3 in his last 3 fights.
But you know what? I have never been a huge fan of Matt Mitrione.
Even when he was in the house, you struggle with him.
Yeah, he started off hot. He went 5-0 in the UFC, and then he lost to Chech Congo. He lost to Roy Nelson, and he knocked out Phil de Fries in the first round when they fought in Sweden. I don't know. I think it's going to be an exciting match. I think these two guys are going to stand up and throw bombs.
Who do you have?
Matt Mitrione.
Yeah. I do too.
I think he's got a better chin and he's got better hands than Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. He sometimes, Matt Mitrione, I think what throws him off is sometimes he just seems so out of it. Like disinterested. And if you get the Matt Mitrione that's interested in whatever, he's a good fighter. But then sometimes he's just like, you're like, where's his head is like Eminem's was today during the Michigan fucking Notre Dame game. I'm like, wow, who put him on national TV?
For you guys who haven't seen it, head over to Deadspin.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, his head is just not in it sometimes. So I'm going to go with Matt Mitrione because I feel like if the fighter shows up, he will beat Schaub. If the fighter doesn't show up, then Schaub might get another W. Now, moving on to the bantamweight interim championship between Herman Barao and Eddie Wineland. You
want to take a stab at the last. Herman Barao is 30-1. You want to take a stab at what year his loss was in?
It was like 03, wasn't it?
05.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Holy shit.
I'm telling you, a lot of people feel like this guy, they're like, okay, what's up with Dominic Cruz? They're like, I understand. This is the thing. Dominic Cruz has not lost the belt, okay? But at some point...
He lost the ACL, though.
He lost the ACL, but at some point, if you can't defend that belt anymore, you just can't, I just think this is how I've always felt. Like, health is part of the game, the fight game. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Dominic Cruz. I hope he can keep the belt. But the problem is that I don't feel like, I think he should just be in limbo and get the first shot back when he comes back. I feel like you have to forfeit the belt. These other guys fight, train their asses off, and they never can be a real champion because this other guy's just sitting around for 2 years hurt and injured.
Dude, I agree.
I don't agree with that. I never have agreed with that. And it takes nothing away from the fighters that are in that position because I feel bad for Dominic Cruz and I hope he gets healthy and he's able to fight and I hope he can defend his belt. But I feel like if you cannot fight and defend your belt, then you shouldn't have the belt. And sometimes it's a bad, some people when they fight, they get hurt in the middle. He could go out and try to defend his belt and fucking break his hand in the first round and lose that way. Well, you know what? That happens. Shit happens when you fight and you lose the belt. Well, shit happened to him in the off season, so he should lose the fucking belt. That's the way I feel about it. I just think that, and I think right now, Herman Barao could probably beat him.
Yeah, and the one thing I don't think any of us have really paid too much attention to. I mean, Kevin and I did shoot a video on it. When Dominic Cruz comes back, when he's ready to fight. This will be his first fight, not under Lloyd Irvin. Yeah. Which...
You know what? I don't know. I'm not
We're not a camp expert. We don't know where these guys are training. We don't know how to get at. I mean, look, to be honest, I don't give a fuck where they train.
Yeah.
They train all over the place. They go all over the place.
Yeah.
But when you've been with one guy for so long, and then you have to change that, and you have to find somebody who then compliments you, maybe gets you out of your comfort zone, maybe that's part of the thing that's also taken Dominic so long to come back.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't found a place comfortable enough to train.
Well, between injuries and all kinds of fucking, scandals and shit, the camp he's trained out, it's been hard for the guy,
I mean, because when you're guarding your butthole with one hand and you're flying around on your toes on the other 2 feet, I mean, it keeps you, I don't think there's many camps run like that. What? Too soon?
I don't know. I mean, you are one of the greatest MMA analyst legends that live. Sometimes I think if I really play my cards right, I'll be at your level, George. You don't ever want to do that. I'll be at your level. But no, it's...
I think that's playing a part in why we haven't seen Dominic Cruz back.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's looking for a camp. I mean, you know what? I could be wrong. Maybe he's found a camp. But when I just Googled his name and Lloyd Irvin, I didn't say anything about a new camp. All that came up is an article back in March, not that long ago, about how he split.
Right.
But with that said, Renan Barão's going to win this fight.
I agree with him.
I don't even think it's going to be close. I think he's going to dominate Eddie. I don't think Eddie stands a shot. Renan Barão's the real deal. I think he's fuck the interim title. Just give him when he beats the shit out of this dude. Give him the belt. He's the champ, and tell Dominic Cruz that good luck.
Yeah, when he comes back and he's ready to fight, he can fight. Get the first shot. Barão for the title.
Bring your dusty ass knees in the ring, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I would blow your kneecaps off.
Yeah. Now on to the main event fight, which is the light heavyweight championship between Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. Everybody's making a big hype because for first time, Jon Jones will be fighting a man.
Jon Jones is fighting somebody his size.
His size, big and lengthy and stuff like that.
The UFC is basically promoting this. Here's a tall guy. Here's a tall guy. They're going to fight.
Yeah. The one thing they got to realize is that Jon Jones, and I think when they are both tall strikers and they're great. And Gustafsson can use his range and tag you and stuff like this. But Jon Jones, a lot of people forget how fucking good of a wrestler he is, man. He is a fucking strong motherfucker and a great wrestler. And if he takes, if they just go the conservative route and say, okay, take Gustafsson to the ground, I don't think there's much that Gustafsson can do.
Well,
he starts raining those fucking pointy ass elbows.
Here's what I want to.
Those motherfuckers are like daggers.
You folks are out there probably trying to figure out how did Gustafsson get this title shot?
Well, he's only lost one fight.
And he's on a 6-fight win streak. But let me just go over some names he's beaten. He just beat Shogun. He beat Thiago Silva. He beat Vladimir Matyshenko. He beat James Tahuna, and he beat Cyril Diabetes. But
the one diabetes.
Diabetes. Yeah, him too.
He beat diabetes?
The one person.
Did he beat cancer too?
Who's holding a win over Jon Jones. The only blemish on Jon Jones' record is not on Gustafsson's record, because Gustafsson beat the best light heavyweight to ever fight. The only man to hold a win over Jon Jones.
Matt Hamill.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Huh?
What? Huh?
I'm trying to read your lip.
Oh, God.
I hope you all understand that I'm
not co-signing this.
I'm endorsing Alexander Gustafsson for the win. Nah, Gustafsson, in my opinion, has got no shot at this. I think Jon Jones.
Are you taking the over and under? Okay, I got the 15 comments. George, you're an asshole for imitating Mark Hamill like that. I'm going under 15 comments this time.
Oh, it'll be over.
You just think it'll be over?
No, because there'll be a lot of new people who've never seen me make fun of Matt Hamill. Right. And God forbid somebody make fun of someone for being deaf.
People don't realize that Matt Hamill came on the show and made fun of George one time. You guys didn't obviously see that show, right?
I didn't see that one either.
Anyway, yeah, me either.
I got Jon Jones winning this in the 4th. I think it's going to take him a little bit
to fill him out.
I could even see him going the distance, because I don't think Jon Jones is going to be. It depends. It depends how Jon Jones wants to do this, but I see this being ended in the 4th round.
I think Jon Jones is going to TKO him in the 3rd.
Third, huh?
I think he's going to take him to the ground. Sometimes it's going to, at some point
He's going to open Gustafsson up.
Yeah,
Jon Jones quite often opens his opponent up because just like Kevin said, he gets you in those positions and throws those fucking Ginsus. He's like, fucking just carves him up.
Yeah, and he just does that shit. I think he's going to get him to the ground. He's going to use this advantage on the ground, and he's going to throw down elbows and going to hit him with the ground and pound.
Now, what'll be interesting is when they get tangled up, because there will be I guess, what is it? What's it called in wrestling when you? Collar, when they tie up.
Yeah, tied up.
When they tie up, it'll be interesting because everyone we've seen up to this point who fights Jon Jones goes, wow, he's really strong. Now, here's a guy just as the same height, so I wonder if he will be able to use his leverage where, if you're taller than your opponent, you can use more leverage, which might come across as strength.
Yeah.
So now you're going up against a guy that you might not be able to use your leverage with because you guys are going to be on the same, same height scale.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
What's interesting too is what people don't realize is that when you look at somebody that is your height, 2 inches taller than you, but they weigh the same, then they're the thinner, more wiry guy. They might not be as strong. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you don't think of it like that, it's, how strong is a guy that's this fucking tall and he weighs this amount? You start getting
folks,
linky.
That right there, that's what makes him an MMA legend
in the analyst
field. That right there, that type of insight, you guys can only it's hard. It's truly, trust me.
You really can't find it anywhere else on the internet. I don't mean to toot my horn, but
I'll toot it.
Go ahead, toot it. You guys can toot it too if you like. You can toot it behind on the damn comment board right here.
Oh, and monkeys, go make your Eton video.
Yeah, go do that shit, man. 15 seconds of pure fucking craziness.
16 seconds, I don't give a shit. It could be the funniest thing ever.
It's super funny, yeah. You know what? Do it. Eton Corporation's giving them away. Take advantage of it.
I don't want to see long videos because I'm not watching them.
Deuces. Rabbit ears to the 2 invisible people sitting on each side of me. Figure that one out. I'm out. I'm out of here.